All right, we're live on StreamYard. And YouTube is coming along, and there we go. All right, and Buck is first in the room. How you doing, Buck? Good to see you. Hope you had a good Christmas and raring to go for 2026. I'm not sure what to expect, except another year older. You know, uh, be honest with you, firearm wise, I really haven't thought of very far ahead off of my list because my my number one priority right now is just getting the blades are up and running correctly, you know, and getting all the little problems taken care of, you know, and so that's where I'm at right now. But I mean, he still hasn't fixed my leak yet, but I did manage to get hold of him, and he said he hadn't forgotten. He's going to do it, but he wants to get Christmas and New Year out of the way. So, yeah, I mean, put it this way: the beginning of the month's coming, so I know he's going to want paying. You know, his payment. So that could be. Yeah, I said, well, I'll give it to you. Let me know when you want it over there to repair it, and I'll bring the money with me. That's what I was thinking of doing. You know, so we'll see. So anyway, I'm trying to think what else has been happening. Uh, Nothing much. No, no. My friend, he got a an air rifle. His wife bought him for Christmas. So, in it was a 22 air rifle. So, I mean it's not top of the line, but hell, those little things, it says in the instructions, if one of the ones you pull it down and pump it, and it said all you need is between 2 and 4 pumps. I done 3 and shot it, and that thing, damn, that thing's lethal. That will kill a few squirrels and shit. And I guess if you aimed it at a human, it would damn hit him in the right spot. I think it would kill him too. But it would definitely, you would definitely be hit by. I would imagine those little pellets, can do some serious damage. So I thought it was kind of cool anyway, Because what he says, well, I said, why did you want one of these? Any particular reason? He said yes. He said, there's a shortage of ammunition. He said, I want to keep my ammo for whatever happens. And I use the air gun to, shoot squirrels and rabbits and shit to survive. So there you go. Didn't want to waste real ammo on squirrels and rabbits. So, I guess that's being a survivalist, I guess. A prepper.
Yeah, understandable.
Yeah, oh yeah, I understood where he was coming from.
It's nice and quiet, and
That's
believe it
another
or
thing too.
not, air guns can be, lethal. So
Oh yeah.
to humans, obviously, your lower end stuff, that may be different, or 1 in a million shot or something. But yeah, some of those are real serious. So I mean,
Yeah.
they use them for
So it's
like
definitely,
Olympic shooting, all types of stuff. So
yeah, yeah. It's definitely more powerful than your old Red Rider. You know what I'm saying?
okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. I've got a few here that I had coming up with the kids and whatnot, and they're they're not high end, but I don't want to get shot with one. I can tell you that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, and fun. You can have some fun with them. So
Oh yeah. Yeah.
even just fun with friends, little friendly competitions and stuff and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah. Another thing I was thinking too, that'd be good. Like if you lived up more in a built-up area, right, and you have trouble getting out to the range or whatever, you could set yourself up a little shooting range down in the basement, and it ain't
yep,
gonna, there ain't gonna be no powder, no loud booms coming from your house or anything.
yep.
So nobody be none the wiser, really.
Yeah,
So
I built a little trap in my attic for kids years ago. So had a shooting range up there because in the city it's illegal to have BB guns outside. Like just your kids can't run around the backyard with a pellet gun or BB gun.
oh man, they're
They
taking.
can they can if it's airsoft. So it's the plastic ones they
Yeah,
can, but the metal BBs or pellets technically they're not supposed to in the city. And then
they're taking
you
all
know
the fun out of it.
yeah, neighbors get flippy sometimes, and sometimes police get jumpy and all that. So I just had a separate section for all that shit that I just stored so that way nobody's playing outside and accidentally runs into problems or something. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's pretty good idea.
yeah, we
Yeah,
so it's actually still in that spot, but I got a built a little box kind of a bullet trap. Angled little box. I'd use like a paint tray inside it to catch the rounds, deflect them
yeah.
down. They drop in a spot. You could tilt the thing and dump them all out. Although I don't recommend it because after you shoot them, they kind of do get deformed depending on how much pressure you got going. But with
What are they?
BBs even.
I mean,
So,
is it lead?
the pellets are lead. I believe the
Hell,
pellets are
you could melt them down and use them to cast your own bullets.
possibly. Yeah, I
You know?
believe the pellets are lead. I know we've got pellets, the copperhead BBs or whatever they're called there. Got a whole
Yeah,
copper like 3 jugs of those, 6,000 a piece. Let me see on pellets. I think they're lead. But it'd probably say lead air gun.
yeah. Well, there
Pellets.
you go. I mean, the spent ones you can melt them down and make your cast your own bullets.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. I got
uh,
about 4 containers of those sitting here too.
there's a there. See now that's a justification to go ahead and get your some reloading equipment. You know,
Yeah, or weigh them out and throw them in some shotgun shells. Make some
yeah,
interesting rounds.
yeah, true. Oh yeah. So I was yeah, I've talked about this before, but since the cold, I mean, we've had some cold weather here. Mind you, excuse me. I think it was day was it day was it came I think it was Christmas Day or the day after. It got really warm here. I mean, it was up in the 60s, but right now it's I mean last couple of, I mean today got to about 40 today, but the last few days it ain't got above freezing, you know. Where I'm heading is what my normal thing is the old joints and my arthritis starts playing up when it gets cold like this. And my my right, as everybody knows, my right shoulder, I can't lift it higher than that unless I hold it and push up. But I, carry my if I if I'm wearing my oh look, he got his oh look, he's carrying a gun vest on. It's more like a fishing vest, but is I for some unknown reason, I even though I put it this way, I put it in my right pocket inside holster. So I grab it with my left hand, right? But my left hand is my weaker hand now. And normally what happens is if I'm practicing, I'll pull it out, shoot a couple, then I'll move it over to my right hand and start shooting. You know, but I don't carry it in my left pocket because of my shoulder reaching over, grabbing it. And, I was thinking there's got to be an easier way. I guess I could, my outside the waistband holster I normally use is I normally have it on the right side, but I bought two when I bought it. My is it 1791? I think it's the brand name. I bought two at the same time. I got a left hand and a right hand holster, so I could wear it on either side. And I'm thinking I might start. I'll pull out the left one and start wearing it on my left because my left doesn't hurt right at the moment. I don't have. Yes, I got arthritis in my shoulders, but I can move it around. I can lift it up. I can do everything with it still. So I'm thinking of starting to see. This is my little bit of shooting with disabilities section, in case you guys ain't figured that out. And I'm just thinking about. I'm just going over some stuff we talked about before, but I'm thinking of carrying it on the left again to pull it, but I will swap it over to the right, because in case people have forgotten, even though I'm right hand dependent or left hand dependent, I'm right eye dominant. So when I'm shooting right handed, my eye and the sights works better for me than with my left, because if I'm shooting my left, I got to sort of like really move my head over or move my arm over to line up the sights,
I got a suggestion. Technically, three suggestions depending on what you want to do.
Okay.
All right. Option one. Well, four suggestions. Option one, you do nothing. You do what you're already doing. Option two, you do the double holsters, or swap it around, so you can try your other hand. Three, you just put a gun on each side, so that way you're covered either way, no matter what the situation or the hand, or if you're getting pressed from one side or another. It's easier. You don't have to try to fight off to grab, I guess. I don't know. And then option four, you just skip all that. You get a grenade, a decent necklace, something that'll hold some weight, a bit of weight, and then you run it through the pin, and then you just wear that. And then if somebody really pisses you off, you just yank that baby and, roll it towards them, hit the ground. You'll probably be okay. I would assume you could probably roll it decent distance, maybe try to find some cover. If you got a Kevlar cloak, that would be ideal to wear. And, good to go. If any bystanders get harmed, well, they should have stepped in. If they're not going to step in and help a guy like you getting robbed, then they deserve it too. So what the heck, And there you go. Clean up the street.
I do like the carry two gun option, since I got a holster for the right and the left. Maybe I can get Patriot to donate his, 380 Performance Center gun that he has.
I think you're asking a lot. That guy doesn't even show up here anymore. Well, in the chat.
I haven't seen. He's not here tonight so far. Two Live Moves showed up. How you doing? Good to see you. And
Happy New Year's, Moo. Happy New Year's, everybody out there.
Yeah, but Yeah, I'm trying to think. What I get, it's. Let me. Uh, I guess you know what do I carry in the other holster? I have to get a new
Mm.
holster because that one's made specifically. You know, I guess I
Well,
could. I was trying to think. I need a gun to fit that holster, and that's what made me think of Patriot. You know, he's got the gun. He's got the gun I need. Hey, Chris from the 740. Good to see you. Uh, yeah. I mean, I guess I'm trying to think. I could carry that Polish P64. I guess. I, th- I mean, I guess I could. You know, that might fit in that holster. Actually, thinking about it, I have to try it out one day to find out. See if it does. You know. Huh.
mm, yeah, well, I figured you probably have something with a holster for your other side.
Oh,
Uh,
I mean,
it might not be your first choice, but if your 380's blocked or you're on the
yeah,
ground on that side,
yeah. Well, I do
something
have
better
a
than nothing.
holster. I mean, I got a holster for my original M&P 45. You know, I used to carry that on the left side, so I got a holster for that. I got a holster for my big O, 1911. I don't have a holster for the 357. No, you know, the revolver. Don't forget, I sold a few of my firearms to cover costs of other stuff. But you know, yeah, I could I could carry the 380 on my left because talking about the M&P 45, I got a holster for the right or the left too because I was having issues
There you go.
back then, so I could go back to carrying the 45 on my right like I used to, and carry the 380 on my left.
Yeah.
You know,
All right, the 45 on your strong hand, the 380 on your weak.
yeah, I could do it that way too.
Something like that might be a
Yeah,
decent
yeah,
idea because, just in case.
that's not a bad idea actually. You know what I'm saying? That's not
Yeah.
a bad idea at all.
Double coverage. I mean, if
Yeah,
you had another, like, to my knowledge, I don't think you have anything smaller.
no, I don't.
You know,
The only small firearm I have besides is the 380. The other small one is the P64.
yeah.
Everything else I got. Everything the other few items I had I got rid of. You know.
Yeah, because it's gonna say like, you probably don't wear a hoodie either, but I don't know. Kind of, I guess, pocket carry in a way or
Oh, I
something
could
as
pocket
well,
carry my
or
my
even
my,
in your
my
coat.
22 Magnum.
Yeah, even in your coat or something. Because
Yeah, yeah,
worst come to worst, not all, obviously, semi-auto pistols may not cycle, although depending on the clothing, they can. But people say revolvers for that route, but you should at least be able to get a shot off.
yeah.
If you
That I mean, the only downside to that 22 Magnum, it's single action. You know, because of the design of it. So, but hell,
uh,
it's got a. I mean, it will. It would do the job in a hurry. In a pinch it work. But I like the idea of carrying my old 45 again. See, I knew there was a reason why I didn't want to sell it. You know, something deep down was telling me you'll be back one day. You know, so
yeah, well, it's a call it old reliable or old sturdy or something. So
yeah, Yeah.
45. It's been doing good work for a long time, so nothing really wrong with that.
Yeah. Just carrying each pocket. Yeah, but it's having a gun to fit in my pocket. That's the problem, Tactical Fud. My 22 Magnum will. So, yeah. But the idea of carrying, you know, wearing two holsters doesn't bother me in the slightest. Plus Indiana here, you know, we're an open carry state anyway. So if somebody sees them, what difference does it make? It's not a matter I'm trying to hide it from anybody. I don't open carry for the sake of open carrying, but I don't hide it either. You don't know. I wear loose t-shirts and I just put my t-shirt over the top of my t-shirt's risen up many a time. Like when I was in the diner and I'm sitting down there at the table eating, we're messing around and laughing, getting up, going to the bathroom, coming back and shit. It will raise up and the gun will be showing. Nobody says a damn thing about it. I don't say anything. When I notice, I'll cover it back up. Otherwise, I just, it's legal here. See, that's what you miss by living up there, New York. You can't get away with doing that. So.
Yeah, now you got to be more careful here with conceal because there is no open.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess depending where you're at, the level of, problems could arise because obviously the same things happen to me at grocery stores or this or that sometimes.
Yeah.
And for me, it's kind of bad because well, I'm not gonna say just for me, but a lot of times it's like I don't see it as I got a gun on. It's like having your wallet or our keys. It's there. Like you don't even remember. Like I might even forget it's there if something happens. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, I know. I know what you mean.
Yeah, I don't even think about it.
But I mean,
sometimes.
even going down to my friend is in the morning. I've turned around and come back because I forgot to put it on.
You almost feel naked.
Without it.
Yeah. It's like you left without your shoes or something. You're like, wait a minute.
Your wallet or something, So.
Yeah, it gets kind of weird. So I don't know. I guess, which could be a bad thing because you're kind of complacent. So I know whenever crowds or anything, I get more worried about covering my gun, on my stance and whatnot, just in case. Obviously, real crowded, then I'm attendings carrying, but that's whole other story or whatever. But yeah, it's happened. You get exposed, but you don't want to. You want to be careful. If you're at a park with your kids and somebody sees your gun, the cops might show up. So it's just what it is.
Oh yeah, so. I wouldn't. Hey, if I was in Evansville or Indianapolis, I wouldn't put it past somebody in one of those cities to call the cops on you, even though it is legal here.
Yeah,
they're not used to.
Yeah, yeah. I think in most cases it's just in kind of interpretation. Do they see you as a problem, or they see it? Yeah, are you good guy or bad guy? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, Jacob, how you doing? Good to see you. Gizzard said, I've open carried in downtown Indy. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's legal here in Indiana anyway. But I was just saying, if I was going to have any issues from a bystander, I think it would be in a city like Indy or Evansville. Like out here in the country where I'm at, they wouldn't even think twice about it. So, Jacob said, I did not see you at the Princeton Gun Show last weekend. No, you didn't. And to be honest with you, I don't. It's my bad. I don't keep an eye on when gun shows are coming anywhere near me to go, I don't even think to, you know, I'm not looking out for notices or anything like that they're coming, you know. So that's where it's pretty bad. So,
Man,
and Princeton ain't that far actually. So from it, so I could have gone.
I'm not a
Whether I
big
had it,
fan of
I mean, but having to buy my new vehicle, there ain't no money to spare to buy a firearm.
I'm not a fan of the gun shows in my area, at least that I've been to. I've traveled for them and stuff. None of the bigger ones that everybody goes to, but at least these small ones around here, VFW, State Fairgrounds, things like that. I don't know. I think the days of going there to get a deal have been long gone. And in my state, you can't really buy anything on the spot anyway. You can pay for it, but you can't really leave with it. So without
Yeah, because you
background check,
gotta
all that,
wait
yeah,
for it.
all this crap, and depending what county you're in, you might have to wait and get a
Yeah,
sign off from your sheriff. It's such a damn pain in the ass for a little odd and end part, something you were looking for. You can find it. I don't think it's going to be a great price, but might not be crazy. But I've just never had great luck with them. So I truly do wish it was different, though. I know a
yeah,
lot of it probably to do with my state, so my experience is, based on that. So, in New York, it's just a lot of looky, paying to park, paying to get in, getting the side eye walking around half the time. When people are selling stuff, they act like it's all gold, So
yeah,
it's yeah, it's kind of disappointing, at least from my experiences here.
yeah. Two Live Moose says he hasn't been to a gun show in over 5 years. I don't blame you. I mean, and the Gizzard said they're overpriced now anyway. A lot of them. So yeah, but I guess if there's something particular you want, I don't know if you might come across that one deal, but I wouldn't go to a gun show day expecting to find one. To be honest with you, so I haven't been to many at all in my lifetime gun shows, but I don't know. I don't find. I mean, yeah, I mean, I like looking at new guns and looking at old guns and stuff like that, but you know, if I don't go to a gun show, I'm not brokenhearted about it. Does that make sense? Since like the one in Princeton, I didn't know it was happening, so I didn't miss it. You know. Okay, Jacob said the prices in Princeton actually weren't too bad. Everything seemed to be on the mark for manufacturer retail. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, how you doing? Gerald Biggs. I said Briggs. There's no R in it. It's Biggs. Anyway, I'm reading names here. So,
Yeah, no, it's good. I mean, if it's at least retail, you'd like to see a deal or something, especially if you had to pay to get in or parking. But at least retail, I mean, you can walk around, put your hands on it, pick it up. You got to, obviously, if you're buying online, shipping and handling, and if you're talking an actual firearm, then there's, a lot of times more to do with that. So, I mean, if you're getting it for at least what they're selling other places for, I don't have a problem with that.
no.
That I'd probably go more often if that was the experience I had. But I see like dusty old stuff that they just it's not old like valuable old. It's new old just thrown on the side. I don't know. It's just
Yeah, they got it. They got a high
they're,
markup.
they're
And it's
almost
just not
asking
selling.
more than new prices for you shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's not. It's like I don't know. But I'm not that desperate.
No, I know what you mean. But as I said into my replacement vehicle, even though it was cheap, is paid off. I'm not buying. I'm not in the market for any new guns. That's why I said Patriot could give me his. For the matching, for I could have the matching set. On the right and left. So,
There
but
you go.
But once I'm back in the market, that might be a thought. Since I've already got the matching holster, I could just go ahead and buy another one, because they make them in silver too. So I could have the gold on one hip and the silver one on the other.
Well, I know this is going to sound.
If I really want to be good, I could get a third holster and put it in the middle of my back to put the plain one, the plain black one.
This is going to sound crazy, but I'd say, instead of necessarily getting a second one, maybe consider that, what is it, the Ruger Easy Technology 380. That thing is comparable to what you're talking about with as far as easy rack, and a little more affordable. So just something to consider. You might like that. Obviously, you can share mags if you get duplicates. There's advantages, but money wise, it's a little cheaper. Might be something to look at. I'm a obviously a Smith guy, but I've held both of them side by side, whatnot, played with them. I don't know, that Easy Technology and that Ruger is pretty decent. So it's hard to say. If you're really tight on money and want an easy one, that might be the route to take.
I haven't actually held one in my hand. I've only seen them online. Might be worth going down to the gun store just to look at one.
Yeah, they're not bad. Again, it's not battle tested or anything like that, but they haven't had any issues with the one I picked up for the kids. So
yeah, that's something to think about. Yes.
And obviously, I gave her the choice between. Well, I directed her in a certain direction or whatever, and she held both of those too, and she's familiar with the M&Ps, and she ended up choosing that Ruger, which I wasn't upset about because it was cheaper, and then I ended up liking it too. So yeah.
Did she ever give it to you?
No, it's not mine. Yeah, no. Yeah, it's yeah. Well, technically, legally, it's mine for now, but he's still dealing with the New York process. So.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, the only thing, which I said back to nothing, where I said open or concealed here. Either way, no, don't need it. Don't need a permit. The only thing is here now is you got to. Well, we have instant background. I mean, you go buy a firearm, you still got to fill out the 4473, and they do it right then and there. So, I mean, you can go choose your gun. The time you finish paying for it and shit, you can walk out with it. So, that the longest part is the actual waiting. They say instant. I mean, I don't think I've had one. I think the best I've ever had was 10 minutes. Normally, I'm waiting 15, 20 minutes for them to answer back that I'm good to go. Then I had that one time when they said they come up with something that it took over 30 minutes for it to come back because they were checking something on me. God knows what, but it came back okay. But I thought, damn.
Now, are you talking about the NICS background check? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, one time it came back. They said it wasn't. It was sort of like, for lack of a better word, there was a word they used. It was like it was on hold for a few minutes while they looked something up or another. I can't remember the exact word they used, but I've never heard it being. I've never had it happen before. You know, so.
Yeah.
But it cleared. I don't know. Maybe there was a mix up on the. My name sounded familiar, or I don't know what it is. So I mean, my name's not Muhammad. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
usually cleared. Usually takes longer to fill out the paperwork than it does for me to clear
Yeah,
with a new
but I
check
said
in New
it
York.
normally takes about, I don't know, about 15 minutes here. The gun
Okay,
store
yeah,
you know,
not even that long here. So
yeah, yeah. So
it's normally, I said normally quick. Now I have had a store like give me a bunch of bullshit for like no reason and just kind of didn't even want to call in to check. Yeah. And then after sitting around waiting an hour and I asked what's going on, they're like, well, we retain the right to, basically refuse sale until the check is complete. I'm like, well, did you call it in? And they're like, well, no. And so I was like, what's like, I don't know. It was weird. I left. They called me up like 3 days later and said I was able to come pick up this rifle, and I laughed at them because I left and bought one at another place that day, and always since then went back to that other place to buy stuff because no bullshit, in and out, the checks, boom, boom. It's not a if they like you thing, I guess. I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah.
Like kind of weird.
I mean, they weren't trying to say that you know you were the wrong color, were they?
Something. I don't know. It was definitely an odd experience because everything was no problem. So I don't understand. I didn't foresee any issue.
No, no.
It was
But no,
weird.
I said I mean here you're now like when now talking about Rhode Island, that was once you got your permit, your carry permit, you could go in, fill out your 4473 and get it the same day. But they hated doing it. They so say, well, okay, I'll wait. And they was like, why? I said, because I can. Because I got the concealed permit, the carry permit. It says I can do my 4473. You can do it, and I can walk out with the firearm. But they don't want to do that. They want you to come back in 2 or 3 days. I believe, if I remember correctly, in Rhode Island it was a 7-day waiting period, if I'm correct. I said, why should I have to wait a week when the law says I don't have to? That's what pisses me off. I don't think we should have to fill one out anyway. They only started, what was it, the 1968 Gun Act? Was that when the 470? That's before I started getting into guns. I was a young person then. But I don't think I don't know. It's something I've always done. Should we have to? I don't think so. I think we should be able to, walk in, put our money down and walk out. But then again, I can understand this. I'm trying to play the devil's advocate there. How do you know I'm not a bad guy? Walking in, put my money down, walk out, go next door and rob the bank. So I can understand that side of it, but I still don't think it's right. So there we go. I don't know how to. I think it's something that we're always going to have. I don't see it ever going away, to be honest with you. And our, in our most, what was it? The most gun or Second Amendment friendly Attorney General's office we've ever had. And You see what they're doing now? They're defending the ban on switchblades. Pam Bondi. You know, there's a court case coming up where they're on the switchblade, and she's defending that it's what's the word for it? Dangerous and unusual weapon. So it's not covered under the Second Amendment.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, and this is meant to be the most friendly Attorney General's office ever. You know, I mean, Trump might do that, but he needs to tell Pam Bondi that. You know, because she's fought every gun case or any Second Amendment case that's come up. She's always, the first thing she does is go, we're keeping it, and all this. So there you go. But I could get all
craziness, man, craziness. But
yeah,
that's a typical story. You know, everybody says they're going to be good and there's going to be change and blah blah blah. So I mean, obviously some things have happened, but
I
don't know. I mean, simple ideas. You know, if going back to what you were stating on the Knicks check. I mean, if you're legal, you're legal. I don't understand what the problem is. Shouldn't be a big deal. Definitely shouldn't be. You got to wait a week or 3 days or all this crap. I mean, it's purchasing a personal item. I mean, you don't have to go wait 3 days for a pair of boxers or underwear or, a couch or what. I mean, if you want to wait for delivery on a refrigerator or appliance, sure. But,
you don't have to wait to buy a car either.
Right. Like, you don't have to wait on a chainsaw or, so many other tools or things that could be used differently. So I mean,
you can walk in Lowe's and buy yourself a nail gun. Walk out with it, no problem.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many things. I mean, it's just pure ridiculousness on that. And then to the next note, the whole switchblades. I mean, come on, if somebody has harm in mind, all this, we should get rid of this tool or this tool. It's not usual. That doesn't matter. I mean, they're still going to find a way to harm you. So, I really don't see
the beginning.
It's craziness. That's what we live in. It's craziness. In 2026, will be more craziness, and everything's going to cost more, and taxes are going to be more.
Oh yeah. They what I was going to say is, I mean, the only thing that right now, I mean, the only thing that I'm disappointed in so far is nobody's being held accountable. All the stuff they've uncovered, I don't see any big names going to jail or even losing their job. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing I'm disappointed in.
Well, I think some people did go to jail initially when that Doge thing was going on, but I don't think there was a big enough. I know what you're saying. Yeah, it was like, throw a little at them to make it look good, but we want to see, the modern day Nuremberg trials up here. I mean, what the hell's going on? And now you got this other fraud stuff going on with the Somalis, I guess. Which, nothing at any individual group, but I guess the numbers are what the numbers are. People are getting a hell of a lot of goddamn money for not doing much, from what it seems. So, that's something that you would think that, what was it, the Doge or whatever? I can't even think of, I say it right, but Doge, I thought we should have people looking into this type of shit on a general thing. I thought that was going on now,
Yeah, well, it
And I'm
sort of
sure
stopped.
that's just one aspect. I mean,
Yeah,
there's all
when he
types of
walked
grants.
away, when his when his 6 months or whatever was up, it's sort of like they stopped doing it. Well,
Something, something.
auditing the government, you know.
Uh, And there's all types of grants. I've even, made money off grants for dealing with customers with disabilities, where somehow the government paid for me to, put handrails in, new siding,
Yeah.
new roof, insulation, all this type
Well,
of stuff. And
talking about that,
so, go
I
ahead.
would imagine it because I rent, right? But
Yep.
I mean, back to the arthritis and the disabilities and stuff. And I think it comes under medical equipment. I want to get one of them walking tubs, because my insurance, well, Medicare will pay for it. I think 80% of it anyway. All I got to do is get a prescription from my doctor. But what I'm saying is, to me, I can't see why the landlord would say no, because it'd be an improvement, wouldn't it?
Probably yes and no. I don't want to give you some bad news, but those walk-in tubs are narrow as hell. Like, you're lucky if the 85-year-old skinny as a bean grandmother fits in there with any room on the side.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I had to search high and low to find a wider one, which worked, was able to find, was more money. But that wider one wasn't even that wide. I was kind of expecting the customer to complain, like she sit down in there and just get stuck. But apparently she likes it. I haven't heard any complaints.
Yeah.
Shitload of jets, all that. I will say, you go through some company, it's going to be real expensive. I think I got this one for her for, I can't remember if it was 1,000, 2,000, but that's technically fairly cheap, because the ones they try to sell you are basically the same goddamn thing. They're like, the plastic's as thin as your fingernail, and there's a metal frame underneath that holds it
Yeah.
all. It's some
Oh yeah.
flimsy shit.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah.
they're selling it to you, or fiberglass, whatever. But there's a huge markup. So whatever, you know what I mean? Yeah, they're
I
gonna,
know.
even if you hire somebody professional and only got to pay 20%, it's gonna screw with your budget, Rick. I'm gonna tell you
Yeah.
that now.
Yeah.
And you might have to, depending on the size of the place. I literally had to cut out a doorway to get this in, because it's bigger than normal. So
Yeah.
therefore, that could create an issue. Tubs are standard sizes. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's could turn out to be a bigger job than you're thinking.
Oh, okay. That's
So
something I have to look
for
into.
one, for you to be comfortable in, that's it's not going to be cheap. I can tell you that, if you can
Yeah.
find one.
And there's not
To
be
be
honest with
honest.
you, and my bathroom, it's long and narrow. And right next to my bathtub is the actual toilet. There's not a lot of room between the two. You know what I'm
A
saying?
walk-in shower, that's way easier, feasible. You're still limited to your space or something, but those can come in like a 2-piece
A
to
walk-in shower would
4-piece.
work I
Yeah,
mean, even if it only had sort of like a little bench in there that I might be able to sit on it,
yep, yeah.
that would
That's
work.
a lot more affordable, practical, technically. So,
Yeah,
and it's re-rentable and sellable to your landlord.
yeah. I have to
Perspective
look
as
into
well.
that then. Yeah, but talking about going, like, my scooter, right?
Yep.
You could buy them on Amazon for around $2,000. This was a few years ago, right? I think they charge Medicare about $5,000 for it.
Doesn't surprise me. Yep.
You know?
I think that's because, from my understanding, Medicare is famous for only paying a partial payment for stuff. So if it's two, they probably say five, hoping that they get the two.
Yeah.
But I
Well,
don't know. That's what I heard from what was it, a medical
hey,
guy one time.
it
So
it doesn't surprise me, it really doesn't surprise me. Yeah. Oh, my new insurance. Well, my new Medicare start. Well, Medicare is Medicare, but I use a what you call it an Advantage plan through United Healthcare, and everything's staying the same except two things so far that I've noticed. The premium actually's gone down, believe it or not, from $39 to $34. But every 3 months, they gave me $50 to spend on over the counter bullshit through Amazon. You order online, the insurance company paid for it, and they bought it, and Amazon shipped it to me. You know, I would every three. Be honest with you, you know what I used to buy? I used to buy the 200 size bottle of Excedrins, and maybe some toothpaste or something. Whatever 50, I would spend the whole $50. Used to get everything. I've lost that. Normally they took that away from me on my insurance. So, I mean, my medication's still free. Wow. The insurance is paying for it, but I'm not. It's no out of pocket for me. My doctor appointments are still free, except a specialist. A specialist is it's still $35 a visit. And you remember my infected leg that I had? What was it? Just a couple of months ago? Was it just a couple of months ago? I had to go to the doctor's three times, right? He wanted to see me 3 times to rebandage it and shit. Well, they didn't say anything at the time, but the last time I got a bill in the mail. They charged me $35 specialist fee for each time I went. Because it
damn,
falls
did you
under
at least get like a lollipop or a sticker or something?
shit. No, didn't get nothing.
So you should always get that shit, or a dog for a dog bone. You got to get every penny you can out of those assholes.
Yeah. So what's that? I owe my 100. What's it? 3 times. What's that? $100 thereabouts. 105. 35 times 3. It's 105, ain't it?
Yeah, 105.
Yeah, that's what I owe them now. I thought, Jesus Christ. To me, that all falls under the first one, because they're the ones telling me to come back for a follow-up. Why should I have to pay another $35 for the same? If it's falling under the same, it's not a new thing I'm going for. If I broke my arm one week, then I broke my leg the next week, that's 2 separate things. I can understand that. But it was 3 visits with an affected leg. I shouldn't have to pay $35 a visit. I don't care. Even under Medicare, and goddamn insurance is a scam. Always has been, always will be. And it annoys the piss out of me. So, sorry, that's my rant over with.
I agree, man. And on like stuff like dental, I've saved a lot of money paying cash versus what people pay, on insurance. So sometimes it seems to be I guess a better deal even in the long run when you consider, depending how much you go use your insurance. But I don't know. They want a lot of money for insurance now, and then still charge you for every damn thing you do in most cases.
Yeah. Well, anyway, talking about insurance is a scam. I had insurance on my pickup truck. What I did was I had insurance on my pickup truck, and I had I had two vehicles. I actually insured myself in her town and country. Right? So I had two vehicles, one driver. So I called, I spoke to him and said, look, I don't have the truck anymore. It's disposed of. I didn't tell him it was totaled. I mean, I wasn't getting any money out of it anyway because it was only covered under liability only, and it didn't hit anybody, didn't hit any, there was no insurance to claim. So I didn't tell him it was totaled. I just said I disposed of it. So I'm getting rid of that. I said, I want to, and I want to put I said, they said, they said, yeah, just go online when you get your new vehicle, add it on there. Well, it wouldn't let me add it on. It wouldn't let me add a vehicle. So I thought, screw this. So I just went in and started a brand new policy with both vehicles on it, one driver. Got a great deal, I think, for me. Both vehicles, I think it's costing me $60 a month for two vehicles. To me, that's good. Might not be to somebody else, but to me it is. And and at the bottom I put is, you guys the computer wouldn't let me add to the old policy. So I started this one. I wrote on there and told them what I did. Nothing. I didn't hear anything from them. They took my payment and they sent me the paperwork. I got it all. Then the other day, they sent me a bill for $106 for the insurance because I haven't paid it. And I said, what do you mean I haven't paid it? I told you I canceled it. I said, why should I pay for something I don't have? I tell you, insurance is a goddamn scam. Doesn't matter if it's health insurance, car insurance. I don't care what kind of insurance is. It's a scam. The only people getting rich out of it are the insurance companies. Oh, we've had a bad year. We've had all this happen. What about all the fucking years you had great years and nobody made a claim against your company? Where's all that fucking money gone? In your fucking bonus pot, in your fucking pocket, in bonuses.
Yep, and you're forced to have it. I think that's something. I know there's some states where you necessarily don't have to. I like that idea. Personally, I know people will say, "Oh, then somebody hits you, and you don't get paid." Well, honestly, half the times in my experiences, you don't really get paid any damn way. So, no. I guess if you had full coverage, you probably had different stuff, but then half the time people around here, they ain't even supposed to be legally driving. The car's not insured or whatever. There's something that turns it into a criminal thing. And then they want to switch out we're not responsible, restitution or whatever, They always got it, or it's New York State, no fault. You both got the same company. Well, you guys are out of luck. It's, both fix your own shit. Yeah. So it's but you're forced to have them, and all they do is try to get out of shit. I mean, it's bullshit. I would rather, if I created a problem, that I'll pay for a problem. But other than that, when you think about, I guess it depends on the individual. If you're one of them people that get in 3 accidents a year, maybe it's a good thing. If you actually use it. But if you're one of them people that have been in 3 accidents in 30 years. Was it really worth it?
I can't remember the last time I was in an accident. It's been goddamn years and years. It's been well over. I'm trying to think when was the last accident I was in that was my fault? No, I'm trying to think last accident I was in that even wasn't my fault. I can't remember. It has to be at least 10 years or more. You know, because I never had an accident with the truck, and I had that for over 12 years. I never had an accident with that, and I'm trying to think the car before that. No, it's been God damn it, I reckon it's more close to 20 years since I've had an accident. So they've got insurance money out of me for 20 years, you know, and they want to charge me $106 fucking dollars, motherfuckers. Don't get me started.
That's right, Rick. Motherfuckers. That's right.
Yeah. But anyway, it's 8:00. It's New Year's Eve. I'm going to let you guys go and party, but let me do my quiz. And what I wanted to know is, I've lost it. Where is it? I want to know the name of the name of the person who was awarded or earned, I don't care how you want to call it, the most Purple Hearts over all the services. You know, Air Force, Army. He had the most all combined for any one of those. I want to know what his name was. Email me at rickslifersIseeit@gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com. And the drawing is it next? Next Wednesday the 7th. So there you go. Get it into me. So I want to know the name of the person who was awarded or earned or, the most Purple Hearts across all services. For somebody to get wounded that many times, was he a good soldier or was he just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time so many times? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so there we go. So with that, you got anything you want to say before we shut her down here, New York?
No, just Happy New Year. Hopefully next year's better than the last for you. And stay out of trouble, eat some salads, and we'll catch you next year.
All right. Sounds good. And with that, guys, I want to say thank you all for stopping by on this New Year's Eve. I really do appreciate you spending some time with me. I know I waffle on a lot, and goddamn, don't get me started on insurance companies. I get all worked up on them like I do politics. So anyway, thanks for stopping by. I'll be back next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, the only time zone that matters. So with that, I want to say thanks, everybody. Have a good, happy New Year, and see you in 2026. Good night, everybody. Good night, Sabrina.